amid pandemic.
पीछे घरों में आग लग गई है.
Passenger plane crashes in Karachi. Air crash in residential colony. "98 people on board. Crash minutes before landing. Relief and rescue operations underway. Black Eid for Pakistan.
Well, it is going to be a black Eid for Pakistan. Just 2 days before Eid, you've had a horrific incident, a plane crash in the country. It was a plane which took off from Lahore to Karachi. That's our top focus right here on 7 at 7. These are the headlines. All right, this is spine-chilling. The final minutes of the conversation recorded between the pilot on the ill-fated flight in Pakistan from Lahore to Karachi minutes before it crashed. This is what the pilot said. He ended that brief interlude with the ATC with Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
Ji sir.
Appears to be turning left.
While proceeding that, sir, we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, Mayday, 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 Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir. Both runways available to land.
All right, I'm going to play it once again. Let's once again listen in to that final 2 minutes on which the pilot was speaking to the ATC. He figured out there was something going wrong, and his final words were Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Listen in once again.
8303 approach.
Ji sir.
Appears to be turning left.
While proceeding that, sir, we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, Mayday, 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 Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir. Both runways available to land.
All right, now a Pakistan International Airlines flight, Flight 8303, crashed near Karachi's residential area with 90 passengers and 8 crew members on board. The flight was coming from Lahore to Karachi and crashed just minutes before its landing at the Karachi airport. Visuals show plumes of smoke rising from the site of the crash, ambulances and rescue officials arriving at the scene to help residents. Pakistan authorities have reached the site for relief and rescue efforts are on as we speak. What is in fact a miracle which is being reported is that there are survivors. There is word coming in that there are survivors in this flight. Just a short while ago, India Today spoke with many journalists from Pakistan recording this tragedy. Listen in.
Some 91 passengers and 7 crew members were on board, according to the Pakistan International Airlines. It was the plane of PIA, and it left Lahore at 10 past 1 and was reached Karachi at 3. But just before landing, it crashed. And PIA sources and Civil Aviation Authority Pakistan sources saying that because the landing gear couldn't be opened, that might be the possible reason of the crash. And it fell on the residence locality, and several houses also caught fire in that.
See, there is a panic situation right now. Still right now, it's been 45 minutes, and now the situation is still did not be controlled. The rescue operation is going on, and there is a list released by PIA. So 86 passengers are included from the economy, and 6 passengers are including from including from the business class. Also, they were traveled by going to 320. It was a crash happened, and the situation is not under control. A rescue operation is going on, and there is news coming from that the director news of 24 News, Atar Naqvi, who also has been lost his life in this plane crash.
All right, so we are getting in news coming in right now, and these are images which have been recorded. CCTV footage of the PIA plane crash in Karachi. These visuals have just come in. Now, this is, of course, the final minutes before the plane went down. You can see that last few seconds there. So this is the CCTV footage which was recorded clearly from some shop or some building which was right next to the runway, and managed to grab that image. And you can see that massive plume of dark smoke, black smoke rising up. So this is how the plane crashed. Now, these are the images that are coming in. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of India has tweeted in. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, tweeted a short while back saying, "Deeply saddened by the loss of life due to the plane crash in Pakistan, our condolences to the families of the deceased, wishing them a speedy recovery to those injured." All right, so what we do know right now is that the airplane which has crashed in Karachi just short of the runway has survivors. I want to get in a larger understanding. I have with me Kamar Chima, strategic and political analyst. He's joining us live. Appreciate you joining us. We're really sorry for what has happened. It is a tragedy, and I would reckon India will join Pakistan at this moment. It's happened just 2 days before Eid, taking away, the sheen of the biggest festival that you were to celebrate. We're very sorry for what's gone down. But Mr. Chima, I just, I want to get a larger understanding of what exactly happened, because, we heard that interlude with the pilot and the ATC, where the pilot in the end says, "Mayday, mayday, mayday," but what also coming in that then he went around. Are you getting in any more information on that? What exactly happened, Mr. Chima?
Well, thank you. This is a national tragedy, no doubt, but I think this is a complex matter, and the authorities need data. The authorities need voice recording. The authorities need wreckage analysis, and that is why they can reach to the possible conclusion or the cause of the incident. But I think if you just go to the plane, Pakistan got this plane back in 2014, and more than about six times it had an inspection, and the plane was having fit to flight certificate from the chief engineer, apparently the plane was good, and it was having some 47,108 hours flight so far. And but since this was a tragedy, before flying, it was okay. The pilot was given the certificate, the plane is okay. But before landing, both of the engines got failed, and the plane just fell down. So it was just moments away, 30 seconds away from the runway. There were two runways, but unfortunately, the plane was not having that access to reach to the runway. So as I mentioned, data, wreckage analysis, and other things which are required, and since the authorities have taken the black box in the custody, so after the black box is opened and the analysis is done, that is how we will reach to the conclusion. But the Prime Minister Imran Khan has ordered an inquiry, and the CEO of the Pakistan International Airline is on way. He has reached Karachi to monitor things, and all the national apparatus is involved and on the move to provide the best of the facilities to the injured and to the deceased.
Mr. Chima, just stay on with me. Our condolences there. I am also joined by Mohammad Zulkarnain, PTI correspondent. Appreciate you joining us, sir. My one question, there's some discrepancy on the numbers on board. We've had multiple information. One would suggest that there were 98 on board, the other would suggest that there were 107 on board. Would you give us some clarity? And on the other hand, at least, we can't call it good news, but possibly some news that we can take heart in, that there were survivors on board.
I have spoken to the PIA official. He told me that there have been 98 passengers, including crew, on board. And what the other news he gave to me, that is not very good in the sense that survivors are not more than 10.
But you're saying 10 people on board that flight had survived?
Yes. He's saying, the PIA official, Pakistan International Airlines official, saying that the survivors may be 10 or 10 plus. But he said he's afraid that around 90 passengers, including crew, lost their life.
Mr. Zulkarnain, you know, where this, because of course the crash happened in a residential area. You know, these images tell the story of that. There might be many casualties even in this area as well.
Yeah, at least 3 to 4 houses have been completely damaged, and several vehicles caught fire as well. So there are many injured, or you say some of them might have lost their lives as well. So injured have been shifted to Jinnah Hospital, Karachi. Dr. Simi Jamal, she confirming receiving about 10 or so injured and 8 bodies so far. So in addition to that, around 90 passenger and crew members. So there's a possibility that some 10 plus people on ground might have lost their lives.
Right. My final question, you know, before I go back to Mr. Chima, Mr. Zulkarnain, what are you picking up? Has the PIA, of course, it's too early to tell, and investigation needs to be carried out. But prima facie, has any word come in from PIA on what caused the crash? Yeah,
from PIA side or civil aviation side, they're saying that the pilot, in the last moment, the pilot was saying the Mayday. It was the last word he uttered to the air traffic controller, and before landing, there's been still the same version of the PIA which we earlier talked about. That is the landing gear. There was a problem in the landing gear that couldn't be opened, and suddenly the plane pilot, both pilots couldn't manage to control the plane, and even couldn't take it away from the residential area. And the other thing is this, like Prime Minister Imran Khan announced inquiry into the incident, but I'm afraid, like many recent incidents, one in Multan, one in Rawalpindi, and a couple of years back there was in northern area in which the singer Junaid Jamshed lost his life. All inquiry reports were not made public. So I wish and hope that this time inquiry into this matter is made public.
Well, we hope so that happens, Mr. Zulkarnain, and appreciate you joining us, and we wish you strength, to your country's strength, especially it's coming at the time of Eid. I want to ask one quick question to Mr. Qamar Chima. Thank you for waiting, sir. Thank you for your patience. You know, the irony, Mr. Chima, of all of this is that this was a special flight for Eid.
You are right. This was a special flight, and the day before this flight came from Muscat. This plane came from Muscat, according to the news information. But I think the government, the PIA, was having the senior pilots who were flying these special flights during this COVID-19 operations, bringing back passengers from across the world to Pakistan, and then within Pakistan, all the flights. So unfortunately, this was this way. But I think since 1966, more than 17 PIA plane crashes have happened, and this was the 17th. So I think this is the right moment that the government needs to take certain measures, especially such kind of urban population near the airports is not something very appreciable, and this urbanization has because of this urbanization, there have been casualties. One can say this as well.
All right. Well, we'd also hope, other than just, you know, the urbanization that you talk about, that report is made public, because the last crash happened in 2016 of PIA, and that's in quick succession. You've seen another one. Once again, our condolences, Mr. Chima, and we wish your country strength. Appreciate you joining us. With that, I want to go into a quick break. On the other side, amidst the COVID surge in terms of numbers, the Health Ministry says India's recovery rate has improved to 41%. All right, as India continues to open up, we continue to register a huge spike in coronavirus positive cases. So this is where we stand right now. Our total positive cases across the country are 1,18,447. We've recorded 3,583 deaths till now. So this is the larger number on where India stands numerically with its fight against COVID-19. But as we continue to battle this pandemic, the Health Ministry in its latest briefing on the virus said that the pandemic has been concentrated in few spots and 80% of deaths have been reported in 5 states. The government informed that COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 41% and India now is doing over 1 lakh tests a day. The government also said that mortality rate, which was at 3.13% on the 19th of May, has been reduced to 0.32% today. Listen in to some of these announcements made by the Health Ministry today.
कल के कॉन्टैक्ट केसेस को, एक्टिव केसेस को अगर आप लीजिए, एक्टिव केसेस जो कल थे, तो 80% सिर्फ 5 प्रदेशों में थे, सिर्फ 5, और 90% 10 में थे, बाकी 10% बाकी 20 जगह पे 20 स्टेट में थे. ये छोटी बात नहीं है.
All right, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of News. Do stay tuned. News and updates continue on the other side. Up next is our consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai, with Info Corona. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.